Well.
What is going on, everybody? We are doing our first live video for NFTU. If you're new here, my name is Michael T. Ragland, aka your friendly neighborhood FUD fighter. That is Detective
Daniel.
Dan.
Yeah,
Daniel?
could we Detective Dan today,
Detective Dan.
actually?
Yeah, because he goes deep on these things. Like he
I've
likes
just
to.
lost some audio, so give me 1
Oh, I
second.
can hear you still. Yeah.
All right, we are back.
Cool. So Dan, fill us in on what's going on with this Opensea drop. Shout out to everybody who's seen our video from yesterday about I hate to call it the Opensea hack because it kind of wasn't that. What's the latest developments, Dan, with that whole situation, man?
Oh, well, it's interesting. There's still people saying that it is mainly to do with OpenSea. I actually went through and I scanned all the transactions and I found pretty much everyone's Twitter. And I started a group conversation with them, or tried to start a group conversation with them as well. So, what I'm going to do is, if you share my screen, we're going to go back through some history. So, I looked through the actual contract and saw the transactions that happened. And the second transaction was actually an OpenSea engineer that got done.
Yee. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that they're in any way involved, but I'm saying if an OpenSea software engineer is susceptible to something like this, maybe it was something a little bit more sophisticated than just a link in an email.
Interesting. Yeah. So what did the Opensea engineers say? Did they say anything about what happened, or what's the deal?
Nah, they've been radio silence
I was
on
gonna say
that
can't
one,
say
mate.
anything,
So
right? They probably couldn't say anything.
I've tagged them in 2 or 3 different messages to try and see if I can get their reaction, but nothing so far. The next thing that would go on, because I'm going to go in the order of the way we did things in the last 24 hours. Next thing was we sent out a tweet from our NFTU account and saying it's all on you to do your part to make sure this OpenSea hack never happens again. And we used the words OpenSea hack because that's a trend. That's the trending hashtag. People know that's what is going on, so that's the reason why we use that there. And basically, there's a few people saying I had to interact with the Wyvern contract so I could list some NFTs. I want to say that I did not go to a malicious website and sign, but it's some weird bug through OS. I'm not convinced a rushed release of the smart contract upgrade system is totally cleared until OpenSea can shed some light on a shared site we all interacted with. But basically, and this is all the people that got done, I've started this conversation, and they're all saying, we didn't click on anything. What are your thoughts, Michael?
I'm still here. I was just going through. It's just one of those things. Like they didn't click on anything. So how was it called a phishing attack? And what were the assumptions
Well,
in? Like I don't understand. Like
I'll pause you right there because if we go to OpenSea's website, they've removed the words phishing from at the top. Yesterday, they had it appears to be a phishing, the rumors about a phishing attack gone now.
yeah. So I don't
So,
know. It doesn't make any sense. Like when I see that an engineer gets involved, and then everybody that responded to that thread, and the other people on Twitter that were victims I guess it's a pretty appropriate word to
well,
use.
that's what they're calling it. Yeah.
Yeah, they were victimized by this. It feels like we're not getting all the information? Like, is it something where it feels like you should be able to share more, right? Like, did it just disappear from your wallet? They're saying they didn't click a link. I feel like there's a big gap here between what
Yeah.
people actually did. Like the way that I want to see it lined out is like step by step. Like, how did you find out that you had been hacked? What were the steps that you went through, a few hours
Yeah.
before that? Was there anything different around what you did on OpenSea or how you interacted with your wallet before this happened? I think that's the main questions I have that really aren't being answered, unless you've seen something, Dan.
Well, the CTO came out and actually shed some light. And this is this tweet here, CTO for OpenSea. So they've gone through sharing technical rundown of the phishing attacks and still calls it the phishing attacks. And basically, after reviewing the malicious orders, the following data points stand out. All of the malicious orders contain a valid signature from the affected user. So it's basically saying that they authorized that transaction for it to go ahead.
But everybody else says they never clicked on anything. So that's
Well,
what you're going.
Well, the only consistency is they're saying that everyone's interacted with the contract in some manner.
And this is the new contract that we all got the email about. Yet,
Yep. And the other weird thing is 32 users had their NFT stolen over a relatively short period. When we looked through, it was like 17 that I could find. So I'm not sure where the 32 came from. So I'll be interested to see if that number changes or gets updated. This information, coupled with our discussion with
Sure, read
impacted
that.
users and investigation by security experts, suggests a phishing operation that was executed ahead of the depreciation of 2.2 contract, given the impeding invalidation. So,
Mm,
just to unpack that a little bit, and I was
mm,
talking quite fast. So,
yeah.
what they're saying is the old contract was going to expire in like 5 or 6 days.
Mm,
So they're saying this guy actually sped up the process and making sure he pushed everything and made it happen because his contract he made was only compatible with the old version.
that happened almost a month ago that he had actually set that contract up. So what was
Yeah.
this person waiting on? Like, were they waiting on this contract update? Did they know it was coming or what?
I don't know. That's the question on everyone's lip. Like,
Mm,
was there someone inside? Was there something that was kind of set up to know this was going to happen and bring a lot of attention? We don't know at this point in time. And do you know what? Like,
mm,
if I was being malicious, you're going to wait to something that's big news. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of a lot of links that can be clicked on,
mm.
and this is the perfect time for someone to make a malicious attack. Unfortunately.
Were there links in the email? Like, I got the email, but I didn't pay attention to it
Mm.
about upgrading to the new smart contract or a new smart contract upgrade is coming. Like, were there
Yeah.
actually links there to click on in the email or no?
There were links to click on the email,
Mm,
but there's like everyone said those links were valid and like everything was okay with those links. There was no, and even the people in our little message that we showed before, if we go back to our little conversation, even the people in here were like, never clicked any emails, never loaded anything. Yeah, I can't find that exact one now.
What about signing a contract for like a whitelist or something? You know what I mean? On any website, like authorizing like it to be
Yeah,
signed on whatever website. It may not have been like an
that's
OpenSea phishing thing. It could have just been a
mhm,
project
mhm.
that was. What was? You got to find a common thread, right?
Yeah. And do you know what I tried this morning? I went through and I've got a list of them. I scrolled through all their common interests. I went through all the common projects.
Mm,
There's a new marketplace that's been released recently. I'll see if I can find the tweet that I made about
mm.
that one. And it's the XYZ2 one. Not sure if you heard much about it.
No.
Um, no, it'll take me a little bit longer to find
So
it.
so
But
so it's
I
a new marketplace that is that a common thread between them or is that just a
Yeah, yep. They all follow the same Twitter account. But then I also um, what I did was I tweeted about it and said, and some of them like, nope, haven't interacted, or I revoked it the day before, so it's not
mm,
related.
mm,
So it's just there's a lot of unknown right now, and unless there was something internally that we don't know about,
right? Is it what other details did you have, Detective Dan, that you want to share with us before we get out of here?
that's kind of the main things. It was quite interesting to bring up the Etherscan transaction, and let me quickly. I will do it because I might not be able to find it quickly.
Yeah.
This is the interaction. But the interesting thing is, a lot of these accounts that have interacted with this contract all have their Twitter linked, or they've all tweeted out their Ethereum address on Twitter. So
Interesting.
you could find them all pretty quickly.
Right.
But once again, if you're going to attack accounts, it's going to be the ones with big followings, or it's going to be the one with that has the good the goods in the
Did these
account.
guys, well, guys and girls have big followings? They got hacked. I don't know. I didn't see.
Yeah, a few of them did. I'll just quickly showing you my list. Is
Mm,
no, wrong one. No, not on this account, sorry.
sorry.
There was a few of them that did have quite a big following. I know AJ from Discord, note, Rivers, 865, that's not many, 37,000.
Mm.
Um,
So
but yeah, a few of them actually had decent followers on their
but it's
account.
nothing crazy. It feels like it wasn't like this was an attack on like big influencers. It was more of an attack on people who had indicated that they had more valuable NFTs, right? I always think about like when
Yeah.
it comes from the targeting aspect, you know.
Yep. And that's where like using Collab Land or something like that, they can actually see what you have in your wallet, all of the tokens, not just one of
Mm,
them. So um I there's a few things that have come to life from this. It's like or come to light from this. Is like one, if you've got a really valuable asset, store it in a totally different wallet.
cold,
Two,
please. Yeah.
yeah, cold. Take it offline.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Mm,
Two, like try separate your social media from your actual account. Like I'm sure you could find me somehow, and I'd
mm.
hope not. But try and separate yourself. Like I get it. You want to talk about what you've
Mm.
got,
Did
but
they
also
have
you're a target at that point in time.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm just looking for threads here. Like they also probably
Mm.
had any verified like NFTs with Twitter as well, like as far as profile pictures and stuff, or did all of them have a profile picture of? And they may have changed it by now, but I'm just curious.
Nah, they did. And I
Correct
remember
choice.
reading through the comments, and someone said you have to remove your NFT now.
Oh, that's cold.
So someone got hit pretty quickly on that one. But like, yeah, the King Gully, he's been pretty active. He's got 5,000 followers. But yeah, there's the only common thread is they all own high ticket NFTs.
Yeah. All right, guys. We just wanted to give you like an update on this. I feel like a news reporter, ongoing situation. we wanted to pop in and kind of let you guys know what was going on with it, what Detective Dan has uncovered. Hop into our Discord link that you'll find below this video. And just if you want to find out a little bit more, because I don't think Dan's going to stop. Also, check out our Twitter as well, which you see on the screen right now. It's just NFTUIO on Twitter. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about this whole situation, and if you were affected or want to help us fill in the blanks as we continue our little mini investigation. Until next time, guys, this is your friendly
Let's
neighborhood
go.
crime fighter, Michael T. Ragland, and Detective Dan on the case. Peace out.
See ya.
Let me finish now.